Brought to you by Penguin.
Chernobyl Prayer by Svetlana Alexievich. Read by Sasha, Alexis and Andrew Byron. Some historical background. Belarus. To the outside world we remain terra incognita, an obscure and uncharted region. White Russia is roughly how the name of our country translates into English. Everybody has heard of Chernobyl, but only in connection with Ukraine and Russia. Our story is still waiting to be told. Народная газета, 27th of April, 1996. On the 26th of April 1986, at 01:23 hours and 58 seconds, a series of blasts brought down reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, near the Belarusian border. The accident at Chernobyl was the gravest technological catastrophe of the 20th century. For the small country of Belarus, population 10 million, it was a national disaster, despite the country not having one nuclear power station of its own. Belarus is still an agrarian land, with a predominantly rural population. During the Second World War, the Germans wiped out 619 villages on its territory, along with their inhabitants. In the aftermath of Chernobyl, the country lost 485 villages and towns. 70 remained buried forever beneath the earth. During the war, 1 in 4 Belarusians was killed. Today, 1 in 5 lives in the contaminated zone. That adds up to 2.1 million people, of whom 700,000 are children. Radiation is the leading cause of the country's demographic decline. In the worst-hit provinces of Gomel and Mogilov, the mortality rate outstrips the birth rate by 20%. The Chernobyl disaster released 50 million curies of radioactivity into the atmosphere, of which 70% fell upon Belarus. 23% of the country's land became contaminated with levels above 1 curie per square kilometre of cesium-137. For comparison, 4.8% of Ukraine's territory was affected and 0.5% of Russia's. More than 1.8 million hectares of farmland have contamination levels of 1 curie per square kilometre or higher. Roughly 500,000 hectares have strontium-90 contamination of 0.3 curies per square kilometres or above. 264,000 hectares of land have been withdrawn from cultivation. Belarus is a country of forests, but a quarter of its forests and more than half the meadows and the floodplains of the Pripyat, Dnieper, and Sozh rivers are located within the radioactive contamination zone. As a result of constant exposure to low-dose radiation, every year Belarus sees a rise in the incidence of cancer, child mental retardation, neuropsychiatric disorders, and genetic mutations. Chernobyl. Minsk, Belaruskaya Encyclopedia, 1996, pages 7, 24, 49, 101, and 149. Monitoring records show that high levels of background radiation were reported on 29th of April 1986 in Poland, Germany, Austria, and Romania, on 30th of April in Switzerland and northern Italy, on the 1st and 2nd of May in France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Great Britain, and northern Greece, and on 3rd of May in Israel, Kuwait, and Turkey. Gaseous and volatile matter was launched into the sky and dispersed around the globe. Its presence was documented on 2nd of May in Japan, on 4th of May in China, on 5th of May in India, and on 5th and 6th of May in the US and Canada. In less than a week, Chernobyl became a global problem. Consequences of the Chernobyl accident in Belarus. Последствия Чернобыльской аварии в Беларуси. Minsk, International Sakharov Higher College of Radio.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?